I'm live. I think I'm live. I'm live. Hello. Hang on, I gotta fix my computer. I think well, you can see me. If I can see me, you can see me. Hello. Happy February 12th. What the heck? I was just this afternoon, I was on Josh's Universe channel. You guys all know Josh, and he was talking about how time seems to be flying. And I said, yes, it does. All right, hold on. I got to clean my glasses. I can't see. I'm blurred. So Richard, nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Oh goodness. These dogs are going to make me a little cuckoo. Come on. Before everybody jumps on, I am live. It is a sunny day here in New England. It's a little bit nippy right now. It's hard to figure out what's going on with the weather. But it's New England and it's winter. So as I said to myself this morning, suck it up, buttercup, and put on your big girl pants. I don't know where that twang came from, but all right. So yes, it's an ice pack. Hi, Karen. Your second love today. No snow in Colorado. In my heart healthy attempt and venture, I was cooking and burned myself. Josh, we just talked about you, Josh. I just was saying how on your channel today, we were talking about how time is flying by. And I don't know, I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. My dad is no longer with me. He'd be pretty much the only person. My brother doesn't care. My other brother doesn't care. So Josh is like, it's 65 here in Frederick at the Hyundai dealership. So is this Frederick, Florida or Colorado? I'm not sure where you are, Josh. I missed somewhere in all of your journey. So I don't know where you are. So please share if you feel like it. Karen said still in Colorado, no snow. And that's just shocking. Whether we believe or don't believe in the weather's changing through, I don't even want to say it. You're 10 minutes from Karen Suki at the moment. Well, there you go. So yeah, Colorado's been having, come on, Lulu, come on, up, come here. I made them dinner and now they have their bones. All right, you want to eat this bone and you come and get this bone. All right, come on, up. No, he doesn't want to come up. I wanted to show off their new haircuts. Come on. You dropped your bone. I'm not getting it. All right, so I think I'm numb enough. I opened up the oven door and I had it blasting on broil for some chicken. And I touched the inside of that door, and let me tell you, I howled, and the dogs were like, wait a minute, that's our job. Okay, so enough yabbering. I hope you guys are all well. I hope you guys are all, Keela returns on Mental Health Matters. When does she return, Richard? Good for her. I'm glad. That's great news. And I will, try to make a concerted effort to be there to support her. Time is flying. It is flying. So, all right. We've talked a lot about heart health, and this is Heart Health Month. And so there's two things that are uppermost in my mind right now: food and exercise. Now, if any of you have been on Echo's channel and you know her story, and Richard, if you have her link, that'd be great to pop in. We room raid. Oh, okay. So she's been doing a lot of exercises. So she's inspired me. I do try to join her channel whenever she does her exercises. It's sort of a kick in my tush thing. And also, I have my own little routine. Now, I have not lost 1 ounce. I've given up eating at night. Um, in the middle of the night when I'm starving, I don't eat. Um, when I get up in the morning, I try to consistently do protein, and that's pretty much my breakfast. I'll have an egg, I'll have healthy oatmeal. And so I know that, yeah, intermittent fasting. No, I wasn't, but because I don't know. I've never felt like fasting really worked in my life, except it gave me headaches and made me dizzy. Um, so anyway, I have been um so anyway, the exercise is key, but I've been plugging in some heart healthy meals that are geared towards us putting quality things into our body, hence me cooking more often. And not that I really didn't cook before, but I will be the first one to say veggies don't sing to me like they do for a lot of people. I'm a carb and protein girl. So to reduce the carbs, that is what's been my journey. So I did. Oh wait, the chat's going bananas. Hold on, I took my glasses off. I went from 210 to 140 with no exercise. Yeah, but you're a man. So I don't want to dismiss that, but your metabolism is way faster than women that have these hormonal issues. So unless there's man hormones that I'm unaware of, um, my brother stopped eating bread for like 4 days and dropped 10 pounds. You know what I mean? My other brother stopped drinking and he dropped it. So I'm like, I could stop all of that plus, and I'm still not losing. And I'm exercising more, but don't tell me it's muscle because I'm not doing that kind of exercising. All right, so let me see. Karen says you're on a plateau. I was dieting, my body would hit a plateau and feel stuck, but suddenly you start, yeah, and I'm going to stick with it. Absolutely. Echoes my inspiration. She's been really pushing through, and I have only just started creating a regular physical exercise routine for myself. Um, Prior to that, yes, I walked every day with the dogs. I would come and do, intermittently some exercises. Now it's consistent. Um, I can't eat once a day, and there isn't a doctor alive that's going to tell me to do that, Josh. Um, I got to be careful with the heart, pal. And I just, I believe in eating when you're hungry and eating more authentically, eating the right things. Um, Karen only eats once a day. Yeah, but so I'm not going to judge, guys. I don't feel like that is the right solution. Even from a nutritionist perspective, if I were to talk to one, and I have in the past, they're like, your body needs food. And so you're really depriving it, and maybe you're confusing it. But I'm not an expert. So let's come on out and let me just do my little PSA. Lakeside Laura's in the house. Well, hello, Lakeside Laura. Thank you for being here. So, my PSA is I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a holistic eater, healthy person. I don't play one on TV here on YouTube land. This is what the research I've done, and from the heart healthy package that I have received when I had my first heart event. Um, so it's consistent eating. It's just I know it's eating smaller meals, um, not filling up the plate with all the carbs. So some of the things that I'm going to share with you guys today are some of the meals that I think support our health. So let me just get to those because these are some of the things that I pre-make, and that's also a key when we talk about heart health. And Richard, I'm going to have him chime in if he feels so inclined, because he talked about from a man's perspective having an MI, um, that even now certain proteins don't taste good to him. So I do think that we have to be aware of our proteins. and they come in many shapes and forms. I'm not a huge salmon person, but I went to my favorite sushi place the other day when I was bringing the dogs to the groomer, and I had my avocado, I had my tuna, um, and I had salmon. And they're little thingies that are, wrapped in seaweed, and it was delicious. And I really enjoyed it, and I had my miso soup, and I had a beautiful salad, balanced. Um, so salmon, tuna, these are good proteins, right? From a fishy perspective. One of you all pointed out that tilapia, and it might have been you, Josh, is not the best, but I have it in the house. It's going to get eaten. So we'll go from there. Um, I lost my train of thought. Okay, so beef, pork, chicken, turkey, lamb, they're all proteins. So um, it's always knowing what the portion size should be for you and your height and weight and what your goals are. But it comes down to those damn vegetables. So what I did for me is I bought the fresh veg they're frozen in the steam bags. So not with all the flavors in them and all the creams and the sauces. It's just veggies. I know they're picked fresh. I do the organic. It's a little extra, but I feel like since I'm not buying devil dogs, ring dings, and all those kinds of things, that freed up some space on my budget. And so I can do the frozen, steamed veggies. And those are really good. And I can season those and I have control. So it's been about 2 weeks that I've really gone whole hog into the eating better. Um, and so, but for breakfast, you get bored of stuff. So I created like an oatmeal bowl that you can pre-make. And I really am enjoying those because they're easy to make. I use chia seeds, flax seeds. I don't put nuts in. I can put them on top afterwards. Um, if you use raw honey and it's organic from your local area, that's a wonderful thing. Um, I use my own. I use lactate milk. I'm not a big almond milk person. I've tried oat milk. I'd rather, it doesn't do anything for me, so I'd rather not drink it. So I don't keep it in the house. But you could also use water. And berries, 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 berries. Put them the night before in the fridge, and I'm ready to go. The other thing that if I can find fresh avocado, I love fresh avocado with tomatoes. I can do it on a piece of toast. You can put it on a piece of rye bread. So rye bread isn't horrible. I also will put it on romaine lettuce. And so the key here is half the avocado, a couple of cherry tomatoes. And I mash the avocado, but you don't have to if you don't want to. And it's delicious. Ben Bacon Bits is in the house. Hello. And so those are really lovely. Greek parfaits or yogurt parfaits. So very much like with my yogurt, my oatmeal bowls, I've sort of killed two birds with one stone. In my oatmeal bowls, I also put Greek yogurt in it. And it just gives a really nice flavor. So the other thing that I use, and I have to say it's one of my favorites, it's a spinach and mushroom egg omelet or scrambled eggs. You got your spinach, so I got my greens. I got my mushrooms. And I have to say it's really delicious. So I've sort of woken it up. Mish is here, but on the phone. Hello, Mish. I hear we're doing a room raid after my show. We're going to go over to Mental Health Matters. She's back and in action. Now, lunches, that's kind of harder. Well, that's a lie. That's a lie. Snap me out of that. It's not harder. I just don't like to make them in advance. So I will take tuna and avocado. And that's my, instead of mayonnaise, I mash the avocado and put it in with the tuna. And then I'll throw in some fresh tomatoes if I have them, but I haven't had them. The last couple of times at the grocery store, the tomatoes have been crap. Cucumbers, crap. That's really that's the beauty of like the summertime, right? Everything's fresh. Now, if I go to Trader Joe's, which is a little bit further away, I know I can get better quality veggies, and I'll probably have to do that. But the weather hasn't been cooperating here. So there you go. Hold on. Let me just catch up on the chat. So let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Let me just. Harvard landmark study showing intermittent fasting as extremely healthy. All right, great. Thanks, Josh. I'm gonna click on that. Hold on. Let me go to my the ability for me to open that. Hold, please. Let me do this. And let me click your link that you put in here so I can read it after the fact. Oh, and Mel Robbins with a doctor nutritionist also has a link. All right, great. Hold on. Let me click that link. And these are two that I'll go look at later. So let's do this. Great. Great, great, great. Great resources. I feel like the clapping monkey. Coconut milk. Yeah, I'm not a fan of coconut milk. Ugh, I just don't like the taste of coconut. Good healthy fat. Love making smoothies. I love making smoothies. Love, love, love. Throw my bananas in there, strawberries, yogurt, some milk, not much. I have a protein powder that I also put in that's full of greens and a collagen powder. You can't taste those. The only thing about the smoothie is if you're color sensitive, then it turns it green. I don't care. I don't really taste it and I love it. So I don't do that every day though, because I feel like it has a high sugar content. Even though it's good sugar, it's still sugar content. With all the fruits. But I try to pay attention to that and I don't do it every day. And actually, did I do a smoothie this week? I don't even think it's Thursday, right? So I haven't even done a smoothie. So I'll probably do one tomorrow because I have bananas and I don't want them to go to waste. Let's see. The bacon diet. I love the bacon diet. That server that had the e-files that I what was it? Okay, what are you guys doing? No, Richard, it isn't good to get tomatoes and cukes. It's really tough to find some good ones. Yes, Karen. So Karen says, I saw an idea baking little egg muffins in the muffin tin with whatever ingredients. I do that. Absolutely. They're like mini quiches. Without crust. So I make those a lot. I haven't done it in the last month because I was getting lazy. So now what I do, and this will be Sunday's cooking prep day, I will do the egg things and then I freeze them because I don't like to eat the same thing every day. I'm a creature of habit. That's part of the problem. Not a creature of habit when it comes to food. I like variety. I get bored easily. Part of the reason, and I was talking to Echo about this week, you know, if I'm not used to cooking for one. And yes, I know you can cook and freeze, but often the frozen version isn't as good. Well, I recently purchased I don't know why I have a hard time with the name, the thing that sucks the air out of it. What the hell is that called? Well, anyway, so I'm actually defrosting something now and we'll see how well the meat tastes. But if I can do that and keep the food fresher that way, then that will save me a lot because I have made pancakes in the past, French toast. Of course, I can't eat those right now, but the flavors of the French toast I can because I can put it in the egg with a little bit of cinnamon and a smidge of syrup, stir it all in, cook it, and it's delicious. So you can still have French toast without the toast because really for me, it's flavor. It always comes down to flavor. And I feel like I had a train of thought and I lost it somewhere. So, okay. Um, that's how I did it. Okay. Well, look, Josh, I'm really excited that, you went that way. Karen, my wife and I used to do that until she got hooked on just having soft boiled eggs. That's another thing I like. But I don't do it that often because I like the toast. And right now I am trying to reduce bread intake. I'm somebody that I will reduce the bread intake for a couple of weeks and then I'll have control with bringing it back in. But right now I'm craving breads, bagels. I have mana bread, nana bread. So I have to go back to the organic spinach roll-ups. The roll-ups. What are the roll-ups? What is going on, guys, with my brain? It's fakakta in the caboodle. Ben says, I throw spinach, celery, avocado powder, chia seeds, olive oil. Oh, nice, Ben. Love that. Oh, and fake milk. Air sucky thing. Yes, Ben, it's an air sucky thing. I just can't remember the air sucky thing's name. Karen says, I had an air sucky thing, loved it. It's almost a requirement for single people. That's it. Thank you. So cooking for one, it's hard. I cannot make a good Italian sauce for one. I don't care what you tell me. You can find recipes. I make it for at least, my basic is what I grew up on, 6 to 8 people, and then I parse it out. Because anything else seems to be missing the flavor. And that's what I do. And over the summer with all those tomatoes, I just finished the last of the homemade sauce. So what that's done for me is to tell me, okay, when it's planting time, I need to plant more tomatoes. I didn't think I could possibly plant more, but last year they were mainly cherry tomatoes and Roma tomatoes, but they were smaller Romas. And the Cherokee, the black Cherokee. Oh, God, I'm dreaming about those tomatoes. Let's see. Spinach, the magical vegetable. Well, it does vanish. So I got a big bag the other day and I'm like, oh, it'll last me a couple of meals. One meal. So I'm going to take to getting the frozen. Not that I have more control with it, but they pack a little bit more into the frozen steamed bags. So maybe you could name the air sucky thing Alpha Bob. Goodbye, Bob. Oh, my gravy. Why can't I think of the damn name? I'm going to look it up because it's really bothering me and I feel like I'm special needs here. No. Vacuum sealer. Of course. Hello. Vacuum sealer. Yes, Richard. All right. I see now. I was typing. The vacuum sealer. Whoosh, right, the air right out of it and out of containers as well. So, but I didn't want to invest in it if it wasn't going to work. Okay. So I love Cook spinach with apple cider vinegar or wine vinegar. Balsamic vinegar would be great. Yeah, those are all good things. So let me just what do you Google? I did. I called it the air sucky thing for freezer food. That's absolutely, Richard, what I Googled, and it said vacuum. It also said straw thing. I'm like, I'm not, yeah, the straw thing doesn't work because I've done that before I got the vacuum, and that did not work. All right, soups are another thing that are very healthy. Now, at this time of year, that's perfect. Um, I actually just got myself some lentils and I use barley. So I'm going to see, I'll let you guys know how it is. Carrots, celery, onion, all the staples. You can use veggie broth, chicken broth, beef broth. It doesn't really matter. I try to stick to organic to the best of my ability. And then your seasonings. So when I had my first heart attack, they really pushed Mrs. Dash on me because it didn't have salt. And even though I did not have high blood pressure and I did not have high cholesterol, they kept pushing this salt, this Mrs. Dash. And I love all the herbs that are in it. It's got all my Italian herbs. I sometimes will spice it up with a little bit of red pepper flakes, not too much because I don't like a lot of heat, but a little heat is kind of nice. Um, and then when I have my bowl of soup, I might put a little bit of Worcestershire sauce in it, stir it up real fast. And the other thing that you can do with your veggie soup um, is crack an egg, scramble it, and put it in like an egg drop soup. Absolutely delicious. But the lentils are your protein. But I would throw in an egg, easy peasy, because it adds, I need to feel full, you know? Yes, the Asians know how to make great soups. I know, especially my egg drop soup, but I make egg drop soup a lot. Um, and so, and then if you can use like a whole grain wrap, or I like to use the organic spinach wraps. I love those. And there's an avocado wrap. Um, then the other thing that you can also do is a lot of wraps are good for you. So again, it just comes down to what your flavor palette is, right? Whatever whole grain wrap you like, or romaine lettuce. If you can find a good romaine lettuce, the little skinny ones aren't going to do you diddly squat. You can't put anything in it. But if you can find nice big romaine lettuce, that's awesome. But I will use a whole grain wrap. I'm not as much of a turkey fan, but I will do it, or sliced chicken. Again, it has to be real and not chemically produced. Um, lettuce, again, tomato. If you can get an avocado, I like to put avocado in. I'm going to cough. Hold on, guys. I got a tickle. Sorry, I've been fighting something, and I don't know if it's just dry air or not. Or if my brother was here, he'd be saying you're talking too much. Um, cracking eggs. No, Ben. That's a whole different ball game that I don't subscribe to. And you don't like rap music. I got you, pal. I'm with you, you funny boy. All right. So the other thing that I have not done that I'm going to try is quinoa and a roasted veggie bowl. So um Ben's cracking me up. So quinoa, it's there are other things that you can use in lieu of quinoa, but again, that's a protein. And so a cup of cooked quinoa with sweet potatoes, which I love, broccoli, which I love. If you can eat peppers or sweet peppers, yellow peppers, whatever peppers, those are not always my favorite with my stomach, but um, I will, when they're roasted, they're less harmful on my tummy. But I would also roast some tomatoes, because even if your tomatoes aren't the best in season, when you roast them, it pulls some of that flavor and yummo. And especially if you sprinkle a little bit of olive oil, you can use a little bit of either lemon or balsamic oil on it. That's how I do the roasted veggies. But with the quinoa, which I haven't done, that'll be my next thing. So I think I'll probably try that this weekend. So I'll let you know. The one thing I haven't investigated is rice. I don't know if jasmine rice is on the good rice that you can eat. Um, okay, Sergeant Pepper. Well, I'll be with Sergeant Pepper Lonely Hearts Club Band this weekend, Ben. But bum. But you can have chocolate. I'm going to talk about desserts in a minute. So heart healthy snacks. And I think I posted this. Apple slices and almond butter or peanut butter. I'm not going to say no to either of those. Really enjoy those. I'm not a hummus person only because it is so heavy on the garlic. But again, this is mostly in season. And I will find a different dip other than hummus, but carrots and cucumbers, cherry tomatoes, peppers, um, asparagus, any of these things that you can even cauliflower and broccoli you can dip in something as a snack. I absolutely love that. Along with some cheese, but I've had to pull back on the cheese. I forget why, so I can't answer the question now, but I'll come back to that in a minute. And then you can do nuts and berries as a snack. But again, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, they're not really in season. So I had picked up the other day some fresh blueberries. They smelled nice in the store. I got them home, cleaned them up, took a handful, went, that face was like, so I threw them in a smoothie. And I was really disappointed. So, the other thing that I like is yogurt and cinnamon. Cinnamon is really good it's very good for your blood. So, and then you can find good quality dark chocolate, like 70% cacao or dark chocolate, and you can melt it and put some strawberries in it and dip your strawberries. I slice them and just throw the whole strawberry in and pull them out with a fork. So that might be excessive. And I only do like a handful of strawberries. I don't do a huge amount because that's the thing, right? It's portion control. Some dinners. Oh, wait, hang on. Let me see what else is going on in the chat. Jmail World. Dun, 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 dun. I recently heard that white rice is best for you. White rice? I haven't heard that, so I guess I would have. Yes, I know you can make your own hummus. Yeah, that's on a to-do list. Since it's not something that I crave, it's probably lower on my list. A good healthy dip just makes me want to dance. Oh, I'll hum you a tune. You got to move it, move it. You got to move it, move it. You got to move it, move it. All right, there's your tune. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never going to keep me down. I get knocked down. All right, put those two songs in your head. Let's see. You can dance. Watch that scene. Oh my God. The dancing queen. Dancing queen. All right. Let's bring it on back, people. Hey, so on the 24th of this month, I'm bringing on my friend who drove all night in the middle of the night to the hospital. I'm going to talk about my version of the near-death experience that I was experiencing, and then she's going to talk about what she went through, witnessing me being intubated, witnessing the decisions and talking to the doctors. I thought it would be helpful to have somebody who was there, who witnessed the trauma and the drama of my experience. And part of the reason, so that's going to be on the 24th of this month. It's a Tuesday. Is it the 24th? Oh, good Lord in heaven. Where's my phone? I think it's a Tuesday. Let me just get the right date. because can't remember poop disease. Yes, it's the 24th at 5 p.m. Eastern. And so she's going to come live. And, I think I had mentioned that, geez, guys, did I mention that I feel like it's really important for each of us to have a last will and testament and a healthcare proxy because of these reasons? It's critical. So anyway, just a little um, preview that's going to be coming on the 24th of this month. I'm really excited. And uh, as I had been studying Reiki prior to that, she and I had talked a lot about it, and she's going to talk about her um, sort of energy healing journey as a result of what she's been doing, since my event, but also the trauma. So the one thing that I would say is the people that love you, it is very traumatic for them to witness that. I was not aware anyone was there to witness. So for me, I was oblivious and in la la land. So stay tuned. All right, let me go back to the chat for a second. Karen says the white rice thing said, look at the Eastern people who live to be 100 and eat white rice their whole life. Yes, but they cook their rice. If you're referring to Asians, they do a lot of stuff to their rice beforehand, I think. But I'm not the best. Why did the chicken cross the playground to get to the other slide? Oh, to get to the other slide. Oh, Ben. Oh my God, someone shut Ben off. He's losing his bananas. All right, so dinner. Let's get to dinner. So we talked about salmon. I'm not a salmon fan, but I will find a different fish, probably tuna or swordfish, but bake it. And the recipe says with lemon and dill. So 4 ounces with some lemon slices, dill, olive oil. Someone's knocking. Guys, hold on 1 second on my door. Sorry. So someone knocks on my door at 5:38 to talk about solar. I'm like, sorry, but I thought it was an emergency. No one ever knocks. So I thought it was my housemate. he We've been having some clanging and banging in our basement. All right, boys. Thank you. See how handsome he is. Look at how handsome this face is. They got groomed and they were like, Mama, we're naked on our heinies. I'm like, yes, you is. And they're not happy about it. But okay. So did we talk amongst ourselves? I prefer a lighter fish. Salmon, yeah. So salmon, oh, it's sort of meaty for you, so you don't like that. I'm not a salmon girl. I just don't like the flavor. And what's really funny is, oops, sorry, I'm under my blanket. I'll give you a story and then I'll come back. So in college, I worked at a Jewish bakery from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. And of course they had lox, which is salmon. And they're like, oh, you got to try it on a bagel with cream cheese. And I'm like, scrape that lox right off. I did not like the flavor of lox or salmon. I went to a restaurant with friends. They're like, oh, Teresa, you've got to. It's such a good thing to eat. Got the salmon. I was like, all I did was eat the vegetables and the other thing, and I just sort of cut up the salmon really small and didn't eat it. So salmon hasn't been a flavor for me. But with the heart attack, I've been finding that eat things that I would never have eaten before. Brussels sprouts. Who the hell would have thought I would eat Brussels sprouts? I actually love them baked or a little bit, baked, um, like burnt baked. Yum. Okay. So, sorry. Let's uh Barramundi is one of my favorites. I've never seen it in the store, Richard. Because you think you mentioned that to me once before, and I actually went looking. Amway dude. Not as if you ever see the sun up there. Well, not lately. I got to tell you, Ben, it has been pretty damn chilly here. I filled my oil tank 19 days ago for an obscene amount of money, and I am below half a tank. And I never let myself get below half a tank, but it's been so cold. I've been having the house heated to 72 degrees. So I guess I'm going to have to reduce it to 68 again and just keep putting on the blankets. And Brussels sprouts are one of my favorites. Yes, I love them. Collard greens. I've never had collard greens, that I'm aware of. It may be at a restaurant, but slightly bitter, love it now, never before. Oh, well, I never liked leeks, or I shouldn't even say like them. I didn't know about them until when I go to the food pantry. They threw a whole bunch in a bag, and I was like, "What the hell do I do with this?" And I looked it up, and it said potato leek soup. Soup. So what I'm going to do next time, instead of using white potatoes, is I'm going to use sweet potatoes and see what kind of a soup that makes. I bet it's going to be delicious. But I ended up liking leeks. Okay. Stir fries. So stir fries with brown rice, always a good idea. You can use veggies, you can do chicken, you could do beef, you could do pork. So whichever your stir fry favorite thing is, knock it out of the park. And again, peas, like if you can get fresh snap peas, broccoli, cauliflower, if again, peppers. I love carrots, so I would throw carrots in. Ginger's another thing that I've really gotten a good taste for. Um, and if you use your grater, that long piece, you can get this really nice long, smidgy inch of ginger. It's delicious. Um, Soy sauce. They say low sodium, so I would imagine, but I probably wouldn't use the soy sauce as much as the Worcestershire or amino acids, and then brown rice. But I'll look into some of the other rices. Brown rice and jasmine is what I sort of converted to when I was told, white rice isn't really good for you. So, Elizabeth is in the house. Whoop whoop. Okay. Black bean and sweet potato tacos. So I haven't tried this. This is on my to try list. I like black beans. I make this cowboy caviar salad every summer, with black beans and black eyed peas and cannelli beans. So what this recipe has recommended was to roast your sweet potatoes, which yum, and black beans and your corn tortillas. There might be a better, healthier version of a tortilla, avocado, salsa, and lime, and just sort of assemble it like a taco. Um, and sort of the not to round it out. I think I have two more recipes I want to. So herb roasted chicken, which is what I was making when I got burnt. Chicken breasts or thighs. I use thighs. Chicken breasts to me, unless they're breaded in like a Parmigiana, I'm not really crazy about chicken breasts. So I use chicken thighs. Carrots, onions, potatoes, sweet potatoes. Um, uh, what did we just talk about? What's the other one? Brussels sprouts. Sorry, I had a brain fart. Olive oil, rosemary, thyme, some salt and pepper. You roast them for about 30 minutes. I think probably on 400. It's delicious. I watch the chicken though. I will do that for the vegetables. I'll probably cook the chicken separately, and then blend them all together. And that's usually makes a delicious um, meal for me. And then uh, I think that's it. I mean, one of the other recipes talked about Mediterranean baked cod. I'm not a cod girl, so I can tell you the recipe. It's because it's Mediterranean, so you're all going to know it. Cherry tomatoes, olives, garlic, olive oil, and lemon. Boom. 375 in the oven for 20 minutes. That's your baked cod. And it's a healthy meal. Now, so Teresa can't do one thing without the other. Excuse me, and that's dessert. So for me, uh I don't do it all the time. So I'm not a dessert girl every day, but there are days where I really need to sink my teeth into something. So this berry chia pudding parfait is scrumptious. The next time I make it, I'm going to bring it on the show and show you. But you use chia seeds. It can be unsweetened almond milk. I could do it. It's not my favorite. I just use my lactate milk. Pure maple syrup. It's only a teaspoon. Vanilla, of course. Some berries. So right now I would use frozen berries because the fresh just aren't that good anymore. And then you can use some almonds or walnuts or pecans or pecans. Not going to argue with how to say them. You just whisk everything together. You can let it sit or let it stay overnight. And I'm telling you, delicious. The other one that you are allowed, small, is dark chocolate almond clusters. And so let me share with you this one. A cup of raw almonds, 3/4 cup dark chocolate chips, a pinch of salt, but I skip the salt. You melt the chocolate. You can do that in the microwave or on a double boiler. You stir in the almonds until they're coated. I'm salivating thinking about it. And I'll do that for myself for Saturday. That'll be my Valentine's Day treat to myself. Drop spoonfuls onto a parchment paper, let it chill. That's a good time if you want sea salt on it, but I don't crave that. So, let me just, I deserve a gold star for not cracking on the leeks and peas. Ben, oh my gravy. Put some corn on top and you could make a good prank food out of it. Oh, Ben. All right. The other one is, again, I love cinnamon. So cinnamon baked apples with oats. All you do on this one is really simple. You take your favorite apples. I don't care what they are. You have them. You core them. You take a 1/4 cup of rolled oats. Make them real, not fake. I like pecans, so you can do pecans. I love raisins or craisins or cranberries. Half a teaspoon of cinnamon. I do a little bit more than half. 1 teaspoon of maple syrup. And again, if it dribbles a little extra, I'm okay with that. I buy all you do is heat the oven to 350, guys. You mix the nuts and the oats and the cinnamon and the raisins and the maple syrup, and you put it in the middle of the apple. And you put it on a baking dish with a splash of water at the base of the baking dish, and you just bake it for like 25 minutes or so. You'll have to test it to see in your environment until it's tender, and it's absolutely delicious. I'm laughing because I see Karen Suki. I buy cinnamon apple Cheerios. Close. Now one I haven't tried that is on my list to try. If I can find, yes, I roll my oats and I light them up. Um, uh, you made me lose my train of thought. Oh, I haven't tried the avocado cocoa mousse. So the instructions: one ripe avocado, 2 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder, maple syrup, vanilla, a pinch of salt, a splash of almond milk if it's needed. And all you do is you blend all the ingredients until smooth. You add a splash of milk and you chill it for about 30 minutes. And that's it. So those were some of my recipes, and the ones that I haven't tried yet, I will try and share with you guys to let you know what I thought of them. Again, partly this is just to be more aware and cognizant of what I'm eating, what I'm putting in my mouth. Ben, don't. So the other thing, along with hypnosis, and from one of the years ago, I had a personal trainer right after my heart event. He's like, Teresa, one of the things that we recommend when you're eating is you drink your water before you start to eat. You take a bite of your protein. You drink some water. You have your vegetables. You drink some water. You have your protein, your vegetable, and then your carb. Your first bite should be a protein. Your last bite should be a protein. It's the way the food breaks down in your system. That's how it was described to me. Chew your food slowly. Enjoy it. This is, I can just see Ben right now going bananas. But with the food, notice the texture. So chia seeds have this, like, I don't even know how to describe it, but like a little poppy burst to them. Pay attention to the food, slow it down, give your body a chance to catch up with you. The drinking of the water, besides hydrating you, also fills you. So I'm guessing Josh probably jumped off, but that helps fill the space. One of the things that I will do after I get off this call, and yes, I'll go room raid, but I'm going to get my dinner ready because I cooked it. Although I didn't make my rice, so I'll probably just bake a sweet potato and do my my chicken and sweet potato. But I have some broccoli, so I can do that. Is to try to fill up and be hydrated as possible, because I don't like waking up in the middle of the night and I'm hungry. And, if you're sleeping, that's great. No problem. I'm going to, I'll sleep through the hunger, but I get up to pee 35,000 times a night. So I'm hungry. And that's the key, is not to snack. So trying to eat as much protein and get your belly full is the key. And then we're going to talk exercise. So we only have a few minutes, so I don't want to spend too much time on this, and we can always bring it up. Oatmeal with red quinoa in it adds wonderful texture, plus honey and brown sugar. I'm going to try that. Red quinoa. I didn't even know. See, I don't know the difference with the quinoas. I'm learning, but I don't know them. Shoot. I had a brain fart. What was I going to do? What was I going to do? Oh, I think I was going to talk about exercise. Was I going to talk about exercise? Do I have my exercise here? What did I do with my exercise? I had exercise topic. Oh, here it is. Hold on. Here it is. All right. Couple of things, both for men and women. And I hold on. This is killing me. Go ahead, Ben. Let it go. Let it rip and roar, kid. Um, oh, and guys, so the link that Richard just put in, we're gonna click in 5 minutes and jump over. It'll bring us to Mental Health Matters. Apparently, Keela is back and live. Um, so we'll see. So exercise. Let me just get this done so I can get us to move over so we don't miss her joining. 5 minutes? Isn't that an hour early? Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I thought we were going to room rate her from my show. So, Richard, am I wrong? 15 minutes. Okay. All right. I'm wrong. So, instead of room rating, you guys just click the link and be ready to go. All right. Exercise. So, Lord knows I could keep talking for another 15 minutes. So cardio, this is for both men and women, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the differences, but brisk walking, 20 to 30 minutes. Cycling, don't do it. I don't do it, is what I meant to say. Swimming, I don't have access to it. Zumba dancing, so I have access to that because I can do that in my house. I also have a glider in lieu of like an elliptical or a rowing machine. Cardio class is always helpful. I am on a huge budget, so no. Your YouTube says 74 minutes. Okay, I see she shifted time. Oh, all right. So, all right. Well, so 7 p.m. Eastern or 7:10 p.m. Eastern or whatever, guys. Okay. So I'm not going to talk for another hour. So for men, often the benefit for higher intense intervals supports cardiovascular endurance. For women, just a steady, moderate intensity for cardio. It does that without overtaxing our stress hormones. So difference, right? I am not a competitive person that way anymore, but if you like to compete, you could set um, like timers, or if you're at the gym, you could sort of use somebody else. I don't. So strength training. This is where I have to get better. This is my personal goal. 2 to 3 times a week. And it can be a mix of machines, weights, and body weight. I use body weight. So I do squats, um, lunges. I do push-ups, but I do wall push-ups. And I use the resistance bands and water bottles. That's what I use, guys. If you have other things like dumbbells, great. That's all awesome. The benefit of strength training for men, especially if you're focusing on the upper body strength, and it just gives you balance and core work. And for women, we undertrain our upper bodies all the time. And so this is something that we need to work on. We need that upper body strength as much as we need the lower body. Where I soar is the flexibility and mobility. So yoga, tai chi, stretching routines. And those are the things that I really enjoy. Because you're holding poses longer. And the longer that you hold the pose, you will feel it in your shoulders, in your arms, in your triceps, your biceps. If you're doing it with your quads, your abs, you don't actually have to lay down on the ground and do a sit up, especially those of us with back injuries. I could sit here, and I do that often, and I will do some crunches in my tummy. I will do the tushy squeeze. Go ahead, Ben. Squishing your tushy builds stability to your lower half. And those are important things. Tai Chi is movement, right? It's you don't think you're working out when you're doing Tai Chi because it's all fluid. And the next thing you know, you've got muscles and you're toned. So don't underestimate Tai Chi. and your stretching routines. So, in the old days when I took dance classes, stretching was core and key to the success of having healthy muscles because you were pushing with dance routines. For me, the stretches, I always felt taller being 5'3" on a good day. I felt a little bit taller, and pulling in those stomach muscles and engaging the abs, and you know, opening the chest muscles, and creating breath work. Very helpful. So and for men, it just allows men to have more flexibility because in general, men are not more flexible. They have tighter hips and chests. So this allows them a little bit more flexibility. And for women, they benefit from spine mobility and hip mobility. Um, and I know I feel better. All right. So hang on. Let me just check this. Karen said I had one of those slider things like cross country skiing, and it messed with your knees, too wide for a small person. Oh, no, it's not a slider, it's a glider. So it's like, a treadmill or an elliptical, but you are moving in it, there is no impact on the joints. So the slider goes, yeah, no, 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 no. Ben's going to make all those jokes he thought of for another hour. Oh, look, it's Indigo. Thank you for sharing your perspective. I didn't see you here. I'm so glad you're back. I never feel more bad butt than when my biceps and pecs form out when I do it. Well, you know what? The tush squish is really helpful. Yes, it is. And we don't need to feel bad about our bodies. You know, I'm learning to embrace the fluffiness. The main core for me is I want to be healthy and I don't want to be an old, out of shape schlumpa dumpa. Um, I am in an environment where I'm witnessing some people that are younger than me that are way bigger and out of shape, and I can see my future if I don't do something. Plus, I want my heart to beat without it being strained. I don't want my heart to be so tired just from getting my ass off the couch. You know what I mean? Um, some of the stress reducing movements. Oh my gravy. I feel like I'm drunk. Um, could you spell that, please? Oh lordy. Working on my fluffiness, lost 30 pounds so far, hoping for another 30. See, so this is all beneficial. Walking meditations, don't knock just a stroll, but try to push your stroll. So if you were walking for 10 minutes, do 20 minutes in one direction, 20 minutes back. You know what I mean? Um, focus on your breath when you're doing your stretches. So in and out, and fill your whole body with breath, and exhale out, you know, at the same time. Um, I, I tease a lot about dancing, but if you're watching something on TV and it inspires you, I don't care if it's a Miller Lite commercial or a Budweiser, you know, get up and move. And even if it's just, moving your arms, sitting there on the couch and doing some exercises, move a little bit and just get your breath going a little bit. It helps. I know it sounds silly, but anything that we can do to move. Now, interval training is really important. Oh, I'm a little bit over. Okay. Um, interval training. So walk a minute fast and then slow. 30, go fast on your glider, on your bike, on your treadmill, and slow. Just sort of alternate and get your body sort of confused, like it doesn't know what's happening, and it's going to use your heart. It's going to get it pumping. It's going to get all that, pump up the jam, pump it up. Okay, I'm not going to sing, but other things that you can do: take the stairs, park farther away at the grocery store. I love doing that, actually. Um, um, gardening, Uh, don't snow shovel if you can help it. Uh, clean with music and just sort of bop around. If you're talking on the phone, walk, move around the house. Don't just sit down on the couch. And then I have some other things, but we can talk about that another time. Boom, pump the jam, pump it up. I know, I know. I knew you'd know this. You went from 200 to 190. Wow. Holy macaroni. That's awesome. Congratulations. When I lose the weight, I'll tell you what weight I was and where I've gone. Um, in theory, I should lose 40 pounds. Realistically, I'm setting a goal of 30 before my next cardiology appointment in August. That should be achievable between now and August. So that's my personal goal. Um, and so, all right, today's Thursday. So we will be back on Tuesday. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to talk about this coming Tuesday. But I know it's a long weekend for some people because it's President Day here in the United States. So you have Monday off, I think. I'm off anyway. Ha ha ha. That was a wise ass comment. What do you call a cold puppy? Chili dog. It's Valentine's Day. Yes, on Saturday. So I send you all with love for Valentine's Day. Um, I appreciate all of you being here. I appreciate you supporting me. For those of you that are here, please thumbs up the video. If you are new and behind the scenes, please subscribe. It does help. If you think any wackadoodle friend of yours would be interested in following along with us comedians here, please share the video. We can joke, and that's the best thing. Laughing is a great exercise, and it's a great stress reliever. So please laugh along with us. And for those of you that do have lovies, enjoy your special, Valentine's if you celebrate. My puppies will get a little extra treat. I'm going to make those almonds with dark chocolate. And I'll let you know how those are. And if I remember, I will take a picture of them and share that next week. And until then, and don't forget, so if it's at 7 o'clock Central, or is it 6 o'clock Central? I don't know. Check out Mental Health Matters. The link is in the chat. So click it and you'll be ready to go live when everyone else goes live. Until then, I send you all with love, with light, with healing, with compassion, with community, sprinkled with a lot of laughter, a lot of giggles. I thank you all so much. Have a great weekend, okay? Stay healthy. I think we're expecting some more snow here. But who cares? It's fertilizing the earth with water. We need it. Bye, guys. Stay well.